So I just finished Homunculus by Hideo Yamamoto, and I gotta say it's an incredible series. I am doing like a deep dive video, and as I was recording for that video, I was like, you know what, there may be some people who don't, they want to just see if they even like it. So that deep dive obviously is going to contain spoilers, so I wanted to do a spoiler-free version. So I think from now on, anytime I do like a deep dive of any series, I will also complement it with releasing a video that is spoiler-free, just so that if you're interested, you can check it out and then see if that's something you want to read. But for Homunculus, like I said, it's by Hideo Yamamoto. It's about this guy named Nakoshi who currently lives in his car, and he is approached by a guy that wants to do tray panning on him. So tray panning is like when you put a drill to the brain, well, I guess to the skull, maybe not to the brain, because the brain will kill you. Anyway, once he does that, that's when Nakoshi starts seeing things, and then we just kind of go on from there. And this is a story, I mean, there's a lot in here. Content warning for sure. Like when I say a lot, there is a lot. But I really like about this story is one, like, let's just start off with the basics. The artwork in here is incredible. I think the storytelling at times can be a little shaky, but when you read in the whole story and you get it in its totality, it kind of all makes sense, even though in the moment you may be like, okay, like what are we doing here? But overall, I just think, like I said, the artwork, the framing in here at times where like certain characters are framed in certain panels, it looks like it could be the work of a movie. I really enjoy that. It's like Hideo really thought, how should I handle this? Like, how would this look in a movie? Like, that's what it felt like at times, that, you're reading, like, I say a rough sketch, even though the art in here is great. It's solid, like, it's really good. But it's almost like you're looking at like a drawing of movie frames, and then a director's gonna come after him and then film the movie based on that. Like, that's how good the framing is in here, the paneling as well. There's not too many characters in here, like notable characters in here. It's like one of those movies where it's 1-2 people in 1 or 2 scenes and the movie's still fantastic. That's how I felt about this. The characters you do get, they're complex enough, they're deep enough to help tell the story, help keep the story interesting, and they interact with the main character in a way where it doesn't feel as though it's just used to progress the story. I feel like a lot of times we get main characters and the people around them are just so dense that it's just used to hype up the main character in some way, shape, or form. I didn't get that at all in this story. What I got is just characters who can kind of act on their own. Like, you could almost write a series on these other individual characters because they were just so fleshed out. I really enjoyed that. There's no need to have 100 characters if you're not going to give everybody a fair shot. So that's what I really enjoyed about this. And then the biggest thing I really enjoyed is the main character. And not because he's just some fantastic main character. We get main characters with flaws, but it's not like horrendous flaws. This guy, Nakoshi, probably he has some horrendous flaws. And I just really enjoy that. I really enjoy seeing that not everybody's going to be perfect. And I don't even think I've read a story with a main character this bad. Like, not bad as in like he's bad as in like it stinks, but bad as in just like he's not the nicest person in the world. And still, when you get a story so much from one person's perspective, it makes you think, like, is he like you? It makes you look past some of the flaws just because you see maybe why he's doing it or why these things are happening. But in reality, when you step away and look, it's like, oh, this guy's not good. So that's what I really liked, is that we're just getting a main character that just more realistic. There's still some things that happen that maybe hopefully aren't too realistic, and then you'll see if you read the manga. But it's just the closest I've seen to how a person could act in certain situations. If you're a horrible person, you're going to do horrible things, and that's kind of what I liked about the story. At times, it feels as though, okay, why are we doing this? But like I said, it pays off in the end, as in it just all makes sense. There's some things that happen, and it's like, okay, this is just happening so the artist or the director, the mangaka, whoever, can just be shocking. But no, like, everything in here has a point, whether good or bad, it has a point. And that's what I really liked about this story. So I did the work, and as in I read it, and then I kind of looked at where it would fit in my top 10. If it would fit in my top 10, it definitely slid in there. I don't know where exactly it would be in my top 10. I got to go back and look and kind of get into the weeds and decide, but it's definitely a top 10 manga for me right now as of today, which is December 5th. So I definitely suggest you checking it out. that's my spoiler-free review. If you like it, then let me know down in the comment section below. If you want to check it out, let me know. But the deep dive video is coming. I just have to edit. It's going to be like an hour long, so grab your popcorn. But if you like these spoiler-free reviews for people who do not like spoiler reviews, then let me know. Because like I said, that's important information to have, so I can just kind of curve my content to fit that. If I was too vague, then let me know. Okay, you can tell us a little more. If I'm not, if I've maybe told a little too much, then you can say, okay, you can dial it back a little bit. But I will say that I broke down, when the deep dive for this comes out, I broke this down by volume. So if you're someone that's like, I can hear, in detail about what happens in the first volume and still decide whether or not I want to read the, rest of the 9 volumes without being discouraged or felt like I've been spoiled, because I talk about them as I read them. So it's not like I have the end perspective and then I'm talking about the beginning. I know just as much as you do. And of course, that will have chapters as well. So that video's not out yet. This video will definitely come out first, but that video will be coming out shortly after just a lot of editing. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.